right, this is where we're at, Mr. Collette. While we were here, all right, my sergeant served a search warrant on your property. Okay? We have Kayla. Excuse me? We have Kayla in your property.
With a degrees and a career as a graphic designer, Todd Kohlhepp seemed to have it all together. The Florida-born entrepreneur even started a real estate firm with 12 employees in South Carolina. He was learning how to fly planes, and he owned almost 100 acres of land. It took years for anyone to realize that he was a serial killer. Indeed, beneath Kohlhepp's professional facade was a man struggling with anger and cruelty. Since childhood, his father later claimed the only emotion he knew was fury. That fury first came to a head when Todd was just 15, and he abducted and sexually assaulted a Tempe, Arizona girl at gunpoint. He was sentenced to 15 years behind bars and was released in 2001, only to go on to murder 7 people. While homicide detectives were no strangers to such carnal crimes, Todd would prove to be an anomaly, dubbed the Amazon Review Killer by the press, a chilling trail of comments on the popular e-commerce site for some of the very products he must have used in his grisly crimes. Welcome back to True Crime Documentaries. Join our family in exploring some of the most twisted true crime cases. As always, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe. Now let's get into it. Born Todd Christopher on March 7, 1971 in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Todd's parents divorced when he was only 2 years old shortly after. His mother, Regina, married Carl Kohlhepp, who legally became his stepfather. In 1976, Todd began to display disturbing traits while living in South Carolina and Georgia in the custody of his mother and stepfather. A known bully, he often destroyed the school projects of his classmates and was thrown out of the Boy Scouts for bad behavior. He even killed a goldfish with bleach and shot a local dog with a BB gun. But, as FBI investigators later determined, Todd was bullied at home. He was abused. His grandfather hit him with a cattle prod, said FBI agent John Douglas. Even in elementary school, he was a bully. By the time he was 9, he ended up in a mental hospital. He was very, very angry and combative. He really became the product of this very dysfunctional family. Todd despised his stepfather and longed to live with his biological one. He would spend a few years in counseling before that wish actually came true. With his mother embroiled in her second divorce, it was decided Todd should live with his father in Tempe, Arizona. Unfortunately, it proved disappointing. While he enjoyed learning how to blow things up and make bombs with his father, Todd also learned to. Soon enough, as Samsel spent most of his time on dates.
My dad took me to office parks while he would still have to get his hands on, and then want me to help him load truck and deal with his nonsense, and then would tell me that if I got into a fight, if I didn't win, you're not my son, don't come home. But then if I get into a fight, I whoop the kid's ass, I went too far.
When he demanded that his mother and stepfather take him back home, they made excuses to keep him in Tempe. Then on November 25, 1986, Todd's anger truly boiled over. As Todd lured a local girl out of her house by claiming her boyfriend wanted to speak with her. He forced her into his home with a .22 caliber revolver, bound her limbs with rope, and taped her mouth shut. After assaulting her, he walked her home, warning he'd kill her family if she talked. Todd was arrested within hours and diagnosed with borderline personality disorder. His psychiatric evaluation showed signs of emotional disturbance but not psychosis, and an IQ of 118. When asked why he has assaulted an innocent girl, he said he was angry at his father. None of his 3 guardians visited him in jail. When the juvenile probation officer recommended he be tried as an adult, Todd accepted a plea deal that would dismiss the sexual assault charge, yet require him to register as a sex offender. He was given 15 years without the possibility of parole on January 19, 1987, with stern commentary from the presiding judge. Released in August 2001, the 30-year-old convict moved to South Carolina. He got his first driver's license and found a job at the Seven Sons & Company sports apparel business by littering his resume with a fabricated employment history. On November 6, 2003, the Amazon review killer added murder to the list. He had allegedly been laughed out of the Superbike Motorsports store for trying to return a bike. He returned with a gun, killing 30-year-old owner Scott, his 52-year-old mom Beverly, manager Brian Lucas, and 26-year-old mechanic Chris Sherbert. He escaped justice for over a decade, but would soon publicly disclose his innermost thoughts online.
This was during the time, as you know, that it was not busy. That's just time that was not after work, when I would have a lot of people in there. Did not want to shoot up people. One big deal. Yeah. I cleared it under 30 seconds. You what now? I cleared that building under 30 seconds. You got a little bit proud, okay? Walked up, put out the Beretta, put the safety off, shot the mechanic twice. Downward angle.
Todd created an Amazon wish list of products to review. These included items such as chainsaws and suggested just how bloodthirsty he truly was. Todd got his real estate license in 2006 by failing to disclose his criminal past. His real estate grew rapidly. Todd ran it from his own home in South Carolina. Now, a successful businessman, he purchased 95 acres in South Carolina for $305,632 and enclosed it with a fence. He continued to leave chilling reviews on Amazon for items such as knives, padlocks, gun accessories, targets books about emergency surgery, and small shovels. In August 2016, his murderous rage returned. In late August, 30-year-old Kayla Brown and her 32-year-old boyfriend Charles Carver were hired to clean Collop's compound. They were reported missing. County police eventually discovered that both Brown and Carver's cell phones had given off their last ping somewhere in the area of Todd's home. When they conducted a search of property, they heard banging from a shipping container on his land and found Brown trapped inside. She had been assaulted, chained up, and in fear for her life for nearly 2 months.
Why did you shoot him?
I didn't shoot anybody, sir.
Okay, why did you lock her in a container in your property?
I was done.
She's on your property right now, locked in a container. They just got her out of they called it a specific name. Connex box.
By that time, Brown later testified that Todd shot the boyfriend in front of her eyes before chaining her up. While under arrest, Kolep revealed the location of 2 more bodies on his property.
She burned half the freaking building. She took my ammo racks and grabbed them and did this. Oh, I'm gonna tell you, I'm not for such a. Damn.
So then what happened?
Well, there was ammo everywhere and stuff everywhere, and she broke the fan. I got her a fan. She broke the fan. Prime, man, just can't beat that. 2-day shipping. There's a fan there now, but it came as a 2-pack. I had her those to get air ventilation. I got lanterns for her so she had light. I did the best I could to make it somewhat livable. Got her blankets, got her tools. She lit the damn thing on fire. I'm surprised she didn't asphyxiate.
That's what I was thinking.
I'm surprised she didn't. When I went in the building, I was choking. Went to get her out, and then all of a sudden, it's like I had a caged animal on my hands. I don't know what the hell. She went from, I'm so freaking happy in the world to being, I'm going to go to Tennessee with money, and I'm going to restart my life, and thank you, to bad crazy. At that point, I tried to walk her out of the building. I just had enough. I walked outside. I was trying to calm down, trying to figure out what the hell to do with it, what to do with it. I didn't know. Came back in the building. She was going nuts. It wasn't like she was emotional about the situation. This has been days. It wasn't much about that. It was just like serious chemical imbalance. And she walked outside. I walked her outside. And when I walked her outside, I put a 40 in the back of her head.
What gun did you shoot her with?
Same one.
Identified as 29-year-old Johnny Joe Coxey and 26-year-old Megan Lee McCrockey. They had been missing since December 2015, after having also been hired to clean Todd's home. Both had been shot, charged with 7 counts of murder, 2 counts of kidnapping, and 1 count of sexual assault. He pleaded guilty on May 26, 2017, to 7 consecutive life sentences without the possibility of parole. When asked by his mother how many others he had killed, he reportedly said, "You do not have enough fingers."